Hello, I am Liz Westerfeld and I'm the Young Adult Generalist at the John L. Dart Library. We are part of the Charleston County Public Library system. Today we are going to learn about the Career Transitions database. So what is Career Transitions? It is a database that can help you get a new job or discover a new career. So how do we access this resource? With your Charleston County Public Library website. So our website is www.ccpl.org. Let's go and explore this database further. So here is our CCPL homepage, and in order to get to the databases, we need to go to the research link right here. So we'll click that. This takes us to different categories of databases, and since we are looking for career transitions, it would be under the careers and education section. There are several good resources here, such as lynda.com, Learning Express Library, but today we're going to focus on the one that's right here at the top, which is Career Transitions. If you are inside the library using one of our computers, our public computers, you can click Access this database from inside the library. If you are working from home and want to access this database, you will click this other option that says that you're working from home. You will need your Charleston County Public Library card number in order to do that. When you click this, a little box will pop up that says type in your card number, and you'll need that handy at that point. I've already signed in, so it's not going to prompt me to do that this time. So let's just go directly to the database. Alright, so here we are at Career Transitions. There is an option to create an account with this database. I do recommend that. You don't have to in order to access these tools, but since job seeking, it does take some time and could take several days or months, you may want to work on something, save your work, and then come back later. So the best way to do that is to create an account so that you can pick up right where you left off if you leave for the day. The database is organized into two main sections. The first one is to get a new job. The second one is to discover a new career. So let's start with get a new job. There is a search bar right here at the top where you can start searching for jobs. You can decide what information to put in the fields. You can decide whether you're looking for all types of jobs, internships, apprenticeships, temporary jobs, or just entry-level jobs. I'm going to leave it on all jobs because that's the broadest category, so it's going to give us the most job ads. If there's a specific job title that you're looking for, you can type that in here. I would recommend using a few different titles for your search. Like for me as a librarian, if I search for librarian, it will bring up a certain amount of jobs, but if I change that to children's librarians, it will bring up some other jobs in addition. If I broaden that to youth librarian, it will pull up some other jobs that children's librarian doesn't pull up. So don't limit yourself just to one search. Play around with those search terms so that you're not missing out on any jobs that could be a good fit for you. In this field, we can type in the location of jobs that we're interested in. I'm going to write in Charleston, South Carolina, just to see what it pulls up. And then we click search. So this connects to Indeed.com, which is a very popular job-seeking website, and it pulls up the jobs that are listed there. If you see one that you're interested in, you can click the blue underlined letters, and that takes you directly to Indeed.com, where you can learn more about the job, the responsibilities, and the different skills that are needed. And then if you're ready to apply, you would click apply. Sometimes it just says apply, sometimes it says apply on company site. And that's going to take you directly to the website where this job is advertised, so you can apply with their company. If you have applied to a job, one tool that you can use on this database is to add to My Jobs. So this makes you a little list of jobs that you have applied to. And if you toggle over to this tab, it will show you the jobs that you've applied on, and then you could view those and add notes and remind yourself, this is when I applied to it. I sent them an email the next day, and any types of notes that could help you keep up with where you've applied and what the conversation has been with that hiring manager. All right, so let's go back to our Get a Job section of the database and explore some other things we can do here. So if you need to write a resume and want a little help with that, I feel like we all can use help with writing a resume or cover letter, but let's go to Write a Resume first and explore this section. So this does show us at the top of the page. It reminds us, hey, you might want to create an account for this because you're going to want to save your work for later. You're probably not going to do this all in one go, or you may want to update later. This is a great reason to keep an account on the Career Transitions database because you will be able to work on your resume several times. In order to build a resume, we click Get Started. And this database breaks the process down into sections. So the first section would be contact info. It even tells you why that's important to have on your resume. After that, you could go to the summary section. It explains what you would put here. The experience section, you can type in different job experience you have had or professional experience you have had. It has a place for skills, and this it makes it into a bullet pointed list, which is very helpful. Education, awards, honors, references, etc. After you've filled in this information, you can click Preview and Download Resume. It's not going to show us anything because I didn't put in any information, but this generates your completed resume right here, and you can even reorganize it if you decide you want your skills first or your education first. It will move the information around. You might want to highlight one thing over another depending on what job you're applying for. Once the resume looks the way you want it to, you can either download it onto your device, where you could save it to your to a jump drive or something like that, or save it to your device. You could also print your resume from here. Sometimes it's a little hard to get started on documents like this, so it's good to see examples of what other people have done. So there is a section right here of resume examples. This organizes the resumes by the type of career, and then beyond that, it organizes it by how much experience the applicant has. So this can be a great place to get ideas. You wouldn't copy this exactly, but it's just a place to generate ideas so that you can fill in your own experience and your own information. Let's just look at education and training, and we'll see some experience resume. All right, so here is the resume right here. Of course, that contact information is right at the top. Then there's summary here, different memberships and experience and education at the bottom. And so this could be a good place to get ideas. All right, after we have our resume, we're going to need a cover letter. So let's go to the Write a Cover Letter section. So this looks pretty familiar. We have the same tools to write a cover letter as we have for writing a resume. So again, if we click Get Started, it's going to break down our cover letter into different sections. And so this is going to help you make sure that you include all the information that you need to include in a professional cover letter. And if you click Get Help over here, it even tells you what types of sentences and how many sentences you would need to put in these different sections for your introduction, for your main section, and for your conclusion. When you have filled in this information, you can click Preview and Download Cover Letter, and the same thing, you'll be able to save it to your computer or to a jump drive or print it out right from there. And we do have cover letter examples as well. And just the same way, they're organized by type of job or the industry, and then how much experience. As a visual learner, I personally love these examples because it helps me to see how other people have done something well, how they've completed a task, so that I can know what to do with my own information. Again, you would not copy this exactly. It would just be for generating ideas. Let's look at finance, some experience. All right. So again, the contact information would be at the top so that the potential employer could contact you. And you do want to make sure that all of this contact information is up to date and that you are able to receive phone calls on the phone number, that you are able to access the email address that you put on there. Because if somebody calls you or emails you, you want to be able to get back in touch with them if you are interested in the job. Okay, so our last section for Get a Job is the interview simulation. So this is a little game you can play on the database, and it outlines the STAR method for answering interview questions. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result, and that can help you answer interview questions in a way that really highlight your skills and help you convey what you can bring to the company. So this is kind of fun. It's like a multiple choice thing where they take you through, they give you a situation and then give you different answers that you could answer, and you choose the best one. And it is like a little game. So let's move on to the Discover a New Career section of the database. The first thing we can do here is assess our career interests. This is sort of like a personality survey. It's not a test. There's no right or wrong answers, and you don't need to worry about whether you have the skills to do something or not. You just simply go through and click whether you'd be interested in doing a certain task or not. And at the end, it shows you results for the types of jobs you may be interested in. After knowing what types of jobs you could be interested in, you can browse career paths. So this gives us different categories again, and so let's say we're interested in education and training. We would click the link, and this shows us different categories, subcategories even. So that could be teaching and training, professional support services, administration and administrative support, green careers, and new and emerging careers, all under the education and training category. In this first column is a list of different careers, and then the second column shows you the average salary in the United States. The third column shows you how many people are employed in this career, and the fourth column shows you the percentage of growth anticipated over the next 10 years. If you are interested in learning more about a certain career, you can click the underlined in blue writing, and that's a link that will take you to an overview. So this gives you information about that career, and then it also lists the typical activities that you'd be doing in this job. On some careers it shows you different tools that you'd be using, but not every one. There are career videos that will give you either an overview of the career or have an interview with someone who is doing that job. And then it shows you how much education you would need in order to get to that job. If you want, you can even search for jobs in that career or in this career by city, state, or zip. And you can find schools or programs where you can gain the skills in order to be able to do this career. Speaking of schools and programs, our next section of the Explore Careers part of the database is Search Schools and Programs. So if there's something and you know you need more experience to get that career, and you want to go back to school, you can search by career right here. I'm going to search librarian. And then you can see where the schools are for that. So I know that there's not a school for librarian in Charleston, so I'm going to search for South Carolina. So this is the only program to become a librarian in South Carolina. It's at the University of South Carolina in Columbia, and it tells us the location, what type of school, and the program that they have. And if we click this link, it'll give us even more information about the school. It has the phone number, the website, the admissions website, financial aid website, the type of school, and how many students go to that school, and if it does grant degrees. It also gives you information about other programs that you could study at this school. So our last part of exploring careers is the day in the life videos. These are kind of fun. They are interviews with people who are doing these jobs, and they just kind of go through and tell you what they do every day. They'll have a little introduction and then advice, likes and dislikes about the career, and how they got to where they are. These are a fun place to start exploring careers. I would say that they do only highlight one person's experience in that career. So it's not going to be a full view of what you could do in that career. It's just one person's point of view. But it's an interesting way to gain more information and decide whether a career could be the right path for you. All right, so finally we will look at tips and advice. This is just some additional information about different things related to job seeking or career paths. So for example, if you wanted to know more about negotiating, you can click this and it will give you different articles on job negotiating as well as videos. Things about how to ask for a raise, how to talk to your boss, how to deal with a difficult boss. So this is useful information at any stage in your career. It is a good professional development to be able to navigate the job world, the job landscape. All right, so we will go back to our PowerPoint just to finish up the presentation. And it is homework time. So you have a choice of what you want to do for homework. You can either complete the interview simulation and try to get the job, or you can take the career interest quiz and share what your results are. I found both of these to be really fun, so I hope that you do as well, and you may want to do both of them. I certainly enjoyed doing them both. Thank you so much for your time today. If you have any questions about career transitions or other Charleston County Public Library resources, you can chat with a librarian from the ccpl.org About page. You can also call to speak with a librarian at 843-805-6930, or you can text a question at 843-418-4114.